So I just wanted to share with you a brief reading from a great master in the Kagyu Tibetan tradition by the name of Kalu Rinpoche, K-A-L-U Rinpoche. And there's a condensed form, which would be great. In fact, I'll probably read it on our next sit. I'll read it to you now, but I'll kind of drop it into our next sit by way of contemplation. And then there's an expanded form. So let me see if I can just give you the brief. And of course, anything I read to you or bring to you is through the lens of a specific person to a specific audience at a specific time and place. So remember, if I ever bring something to you and it doesn't suit you, it doesn't fit, it maybe grinds on you a little bit, and that's something that's happened to me for the past 40 years. So, I read some kind of teaching that's supposed to be great, and I'm like, that's terrible. I don't like that at all. It's usually, I have something personal about it I don't like. And then, very often, 5, 10, 15, 20 years later, I'm like, oh, that's so good. Mm-hmm. So anyway, maybe this isn't for you now. But I feel like it reflects something that I really want to try to convey and feel like I was going for with our previous sit. Kalu Rinpoche says, the practice of meditation can be condensed into 3 brief instructions. 1, do not be distracted. 2, do not meditate. And 3, do not contrive anything artificial with your mind. Let us briefly examine each of these. 1, to not be distracted is to be understood as when you're sitting there and you're at rest and then you hear something in your field of hearing, like the neighbor who has still not figured out they need to replace the battery in their fire alarm, their smoke alarm, or the neighbor that always slams their door, or whatever it is, the gurgling of the pipes. And the mind grabs it and follows it. And all of a sudden, instead of resting, you're trying to fix that problem of that neighbor. Or, even worse, you're trying to fix that problem of yourself following that thing, and now you're beating yourself up because now you're not meditating anymore. Beating yourself up for not meditating is not meditating. Don't do it. Give yourself a pass. The mind begins to follow and becomes clutched, grabbed, and grappled by this experience. This is distraction. Remember, whatever annoying sound, disturbing thought, whatever it is, it happens in the field of time in an instant, like this. And it's already gone. What happens is my mind grabs it. It's sticky for me. And then I follow it. And who knows how long it takes. I could be gone for a week. It's like a kidnapper comes and takes me away while I'm on the cushion. When you are sitting, instead of becoming distracted, notice what the mind is doing, and then practice the letting go of whatever it is. It's like a dog grabbing onto something they shouldn't be chewing on. And if anybody's a dog owner, they know, what's in your mouth? And they just clamp shut, and it's like, this acorn is the most important thing in the universe and you're never getting it out of my mouth. But you get in there and you get it out eventually. Practice watching the mind grab hold, get grabbed by the thing, notice it, breathe, let go. Okay, that's don't be distracted. The second point is do not meditate. That is, try not to make any effort to meditate. This means that when one is practicing, there is nothing that needs to be produced. You're not making anything. You don't need to make anything. There's no special state of meditation which needs to be forced or created or developed. Simply, one lets the mind rest, undistracted, in this natural state of however you find yourself. This is what is meant by don't meditate. The third point of not to contrive anything artificial means when one is meditating, you don't have to do anything in order to make the mind better or worse, or any different than it is. Mind in itself, I'll use the word awareness, in itself is essentially empty. Empty, open, spacious, hospitable. Right now, you can hear my voice, you can hear the fan, you can hear the cars outside, you can hear your own breath, you can feel your feet on the ground. Maybe you can hear the plane in the air above our heads. You can remember your parking spot when you got here. You can feel your clothing upon your skin. And somehow your awareness never runs out of space. The ancients talk about awareness as naturally open and empty. Utter hospitality. That's what we're looking to connect with, is that natural faculty or quality of awareness. And the only time that natural faculty or quality of awareness is curtailed is when I'm doing this. When an object hit my awareness, like a sound or a thought or a feeling, and I grab a hold, and then I'm taken for a ride. And when we notice, we just put it down. We just let it go. So there's no special state you need to manufacture. There's no special meditation way of being. There's just this open, available hospitality, this natural faculty of your mind as it already is. Meditation will not change your mind in that way, which is something that some traditions make a big point, like the Chan tradition of China, the forerunners of Zen. The Buddha in the most ancient teaching says, mind is naturally open, luminous, vast, infinite. That's how your mind already is. So this practice of meditation is one of noticing when I get caught, when I'm chewing on something. Noticing and then allowing myself, resting into, opening into the way mind already is.